Guys, hello everyone! Vladislav Stechenko is in touch as always. Today in the first part of the video there will be 5 recommendations on altcoins that you can now pay attention to. In the second part of the video I will share my thoughts on the topic of digital gold, because we already have Halving on our nose, flying in the air. The video will be as always interesting, positive, useful. Right now put a fat, big, huge like in advance and we'll get started. Okay guys, the first coin is called Fire. This is an environmentally friendly blockchain. Well, at least that's how the administrators of this project, who came from India, position themselves. If you look at it, at first glance it seems that maybe even this is some kind of gem, because the project has a small capitalization in the region of $60 million. The coin is traded on Bybit. Now the price is plus or minus a record bottom, and as they say, buy and wait for the excess of excess. But if we analyze it in more detail, then some questions come up there. So the amount of investment in this project is $120 million. It is really large amount, considering the capitalization today. But if we analyze who invested, then these are some third or even fourth-tiered funds. In addition, one of the investments is $100 million from the no-name fund called Suram & Ram. That's a funny name. If you look at it, this fund has not invested anywhere else at all, only in Fire. And here it seems that this is such a kind of agreement. If you look at the CEO of the project, then this is not some kind of genius like Vitaly Buterin, but rather some kind of business coach, speaker, and so on. Well, in general, you can look at his social networks. I personally invested a small part of my funds, understanding these risks, because they will have a landmark event in the near future. This is an exit to the mainnet, if I'm not mistaken, according to the roadmap until June 24. And perhaps by this period we will see some interesting values, well, or accordingly, we will see the way to the bottom. As always, only time will tell. The second, third, fourth coins are from the sector of second-level solutions for Ethereum. There are also L2, whose task is to solve the problem of scalability, namely the speed of the transaction, as well as the cost. Thanks to L2, you can interact with smart contracts and applications with low fees. The first coin is called Arbitrum. It was listed about a year ago, and they also distributed such a fat drop. You could earn an average of $2,000 from each account. In terms of price, we didn't see any excess this year. At the peak there was a cost just above $2, and at the bottom just below $1. Now this middle is about $1.40. In my opinion, based on what is happening in the market, in principle this is a fair price to buy and of course wait for the access. The second coin from this sector is of course StarkNet. It also recently had a drop. We in turn sold on the listing. Well, now the price has stabilized, plus or minus. We see the cost below $2. And in my opinion, this is also a fair price for StarkNet to make the first purchase and, of course, wait for the access. The third coin is called Manta Network. There was no hype or noise on it, and they also distributed drops, but it was actually symbolic, about $250 per account. If you look at the capitalization, then in the case of Manta Network, it is certainly lower than that of StarkNet and Arbitrum. I draw your attention to TVL. In simple words, this is the amount of blocked funds in the form of cryptocurrencies, stablecoins on DeFi applications in the blockchain. So Arbitrum, of course, is the leader here. It has a TVL of $3.3 billion. In the case of StarkNet, they have 300 million plus, in the case of Manta Network, 200 million plus. So let's look at the distance, which project will show itself better. My recommendations is to divide your balance that you want to invest in these L2 solutions into these 3 projects, and accordingly let's see what happens. Well, the fifth coin is called Lime. By the way, I gave information about it in my Telegram channel, after which it made somewhere x2.5. Now it has rolled back to about 2x's or even a little lower, maybe plus 70% of the initial entry. I decided to buy a little bit because there is such a good marketing going on, and as far as I know, a listing in OKX is planned. Perhaps we will see some more interesting movement by this event. In simple words, Lime is an ecosystem with a Telegram-based messenger, a crypto wallet, and DeFi tools. Let's move on to the second part of the video, namely our favorite Bitcoin. We have a landmark event ahead, which takes place every 4 years. This is of course Halving, and of course, crypto enthusiasts are waiting for Bitcoin. $100,000 each, $200,000 each in this cycle, well, and some maybe even $1 million. And of course, I'm getting more and more questions about what I think will happen to this value of Bitcoin immediately after halving, on the day of halving. Guys, I'll give you another insight. I have already shared it in the past before, and I will share it in the next one. 100% the chart will go to the right, up through the bottom or down through the top. But seriously, what will happen tomorrow with Bitcoin? What its value will be? How the market maker decides to swing it, yes, these manipulators, well, or what kind of black swan will fly there, I personally do not know. In turn, I focus on some medium and long-term goals. I can tell you one thing. We're now at the beginning of the bull run, and in the case of Bitcoin, I'm not waiting for any axis of X's right now. I am now waiting for axis of X's from altcoins, and my focus is directed there. I'm not trying to catch some kind of peak, then re-enter to buy more coins in case the points are adjusted. Plain super trader, so to speak. Because here you can simply stay without a position, well, or catch up with positions at a different cost. As it usually happens, a person looks back, thinks, so there it was necessary to sell at the very peak. There is a correction in the market now. I would have bought it again here, then accordingly, I had a larger number of coins. Then I sell it again, then I rebuy it, and so they just repeat it definitely. And bam, a dollar billionaire. Another one appeared on planet Earth. But in reality, everything works as follows. At some point, the person decides, okay, I'm going to try to sell now, because everyone says there will be a correction. After halving or at the moment of halving, well, or generally some news, he sells and the market goes higher. The person catches FOMO, he's starting to catch up with the market, already buys off fewer coins for the same money. Next bang, the market is falling about where he expected to be. He thinks, so damn, I was right. He thinks that maybe the market will go even lower. Now I'm selling, I'll try to buy off, so that accordingly at least to recapture my losses than were made before. He sells, bang, the market bounces up. Here accordingly the person thinks, that's it, I'm not going to fall for this story. Now there will be a correction again. I will already rebuy there. And then bam, the stick is green up and the market is still going further. Your person already has a choice, or be out of the market, which for a bull run, you understand, is to remain without position. Or again catch up with the market and buy even fewer coins. This is usually the case when people try to play super traders, so to speak, to deceive manipulators. My recommendation is, if because suddenly there will be a correction in the market, allocate some small part of the funds from your balance and accordingly do it. Well, I will say more that you're much more likely to earn something when you play only part of it than the whole balance. Well, at least that's how psychology works. To summarize, to date, my focus has shifted from Bitcoin to altcoins. I won't touch my positions until I see the alt season, because those people who will play super trader, there is a chance that they will simply remain without positions on the bull run. Do not make such a mistake in any case. So friends, give me feedback in the comments. Do you like this video in general and was it useful to you? Write down what you think about the recommendations that I have voiced in this video. Are these altcoins promising or are they scams? Also share your thoughts on Bitcoin. What price do you expect after halving? It is very interesting to read your opinion. If you liked the video, if it was useful to you, put a huge like, subscription bell. In the subscription there are links to my Telegram channels, so it is necessary to be there. Thank you all so much for watching. Love you, hug you, good luck and bye!